For the Blessed They're going to the second half.
John Beltran back at Valley High School in Gilchrist as we enter the third quarter. And the Valley Vikings lead the Brush Beatnickers 24-12. Joe Dellenbach, Tanner Schmidt, Drew Hubbard, Drew Matsushima, and Cedric College for Valley, which will have the basketball. Dellenbach is back out there with 3 fouls, and he committed his third foul early in that second quarter, but the Beatnickers could not really make up the deficit. Valley's biggest lead is 13. It's now 12. The Beatnickers will send out Mitch Tormolen, Randy Baker, Gregory Maris, Colby Needens, and Jeffrey Dunker. So Dellenbach to throw it in from midcourt. And this third quarter is underway. Dellenbach to Matsushima. Let's see if the Beatnickers can cut into this 12-point deficit. Matsushima at the free throw line for Schmidt. In the right corner, Dellenbach, wide open three in the air, is off the back of the rim. Rebound to Schmidt, right baseline, bodied up by Tormolen, turns, shoots, scores. On the fadeaway by Tanner Schmidt. Valley now leads by 14, 26-12. Maris into the front court against Cedric Collins. And Valley in a man-to-man defense on the outside right, picked up by Collins. Getting a pick from Tormolen. Back out to Baker. Baker against Drew Hubbard, left of the lane. Spinning, looking, bounce pass to Dunker, down low, not going to bounce by Schmidt. Beatnickers retain possession. And to throw it in will be Maris. Maris. Looking, still looking. And the ball off of Dunker's hand out of bounds. He was cutting towards the basket, was thrown wide of the target. And the Beatnickers turn it over for a 10th time. So Valley now in control early in the third, 26-12. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer, Northern Colorado Title, 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan. Matsushima with the basketball just across midcourt. Dribbling right to the lane, bounce pass to almost Collins, and he banks and scores. Collins easily with the basket. Valley now leads 28-12, 1:05 into the third. Maris at the top. On the outside right to Dunker, against Schmidt. Dunker penetrates right baseline, underneath the basket, jump pass tipped away. It's going to be tipped by Valley in the backcourt, retrieved by Maris. Maris back into the front court on the outside right. Maris against Collins. Cross-court pass to Needens at the top. Needens backs up on the outside left to Baker. Valley's defense is smothering. In the lane, puts up that little 8-footer, no good. Tormolen with a rebound, turns, shoots, and he was fouled as he misses. And Dellenbach commits his third foul. Tormolen to the line. Now check that. They're going to call it instead on Collins. It's not Dellenbach. That'll be Collins' third foul. So here's Tormolen to the line.
On the line now for the Beatnickers, number 20.
Tormolen to shoot two, and the free throw is off to the right. Second free throw is upcoming. Lady Beatnickers lead at the break, 17-12 over Valley. Sam Chavez checks into the game for Cedric Collins, who along with Dellenbach has got 3 fouls. Tormolen to shoot a second free throw. And that one is up, and that one is short. And the rebound is Tanner Schmidt, and a foul on the backcourt. Beatnicker fouls committed by Randy Baker. And the Beatnickers are 4 out of 11 for the free throw line, 0 for 5 from Tormolen. With 6:15 to go in the third, Valley up 28-12 in firm control right now. Dellenbach on the outside left pulls up 12-footer, is no good. Strong side rebound controlled by Hubbard, and now taken away by the Beatnickers. The turnovers, Valley 6. Needens into the front court, left baseline for Baker, and he's fouled by Hubbard. On the floor, Hubbard commits his third foul. So 4 players have 3 fouls for Valley. And they're not a deep team, and the Beatnickers have got to keep doing this. And even 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Valley leads 28-12. Maris to throw it in. Maris looking, still looking. Left corner for Tormolen against Dellenbach. Back out to Baker. Baker against Hubbard, dribbling left baseline, spinning. putting up a 12-footer is no good, and we've got a push-off on Dunker. Dunker commits his third foul as Tanner Schmidt went for the rebound. With 5:50 to go in the third, and a 28-12 Valley lead at 1305 Edison Street in Brush. CNC Auto Parts is your local Napa Auto Parts store. Matsushima in the backcourt, pressured by Dunker. Back out to Dellenbach, front court to Schmidt. Left corner, Chavez three is short, and the ball is rebounded by Schmidt. He hooks and scores. Tanner Schmidt in the lane has got 12 points in the game, equally Brush's total as a team. Harris all the way, scoops it up and short along the right baseline. Rebound to Matsushima. Valley wants to run. Matsushima to Schmidt. Down low for Dellenbach. He banks and scores to the right of the basket. And the Beatniggers need a timeout. They're down by 20. 5:19 to go, third quarter. It's Valley 32, Brush 12 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It'll be Ben Salvo, Bryce Needens, Randy Baker, Colby Needens, and Mitch Tormolen for Brush. Joe Dellenbach, Drew Matsushima, Sam Chavez, Tanner Schmidt, and Drew Hubbard for Valley. The Vikings have opened the third quarter on an 8-0 run. They lead 32-12. Needens right to the lane, spinning on Schmidt, turning, and the shot is blocked out of bounds by Schmidt. It's such a height disadvantage for the Beatniggers, they cannot get a shot in down low, or even a shot up for that matter. Needens to throw it in. Bryce looking, bounce pass for Tormolen, right in the lane. He fades, shoots, and misses off the back of the rim. The rebound to Chavez of Valley into the front court. The pass is intercepted by Colby Needens. Beatniggers into the front court with Needens along the left baseline. Lost the basketball, and Brush turns it over for the 11th time. Matsushima across midcourt at the top. Matsushima retreats towards the timeline. Valley leads by 20 at 32-12. Against Colby Needens, back to his left. Dellenbach, left wing three is up and off the back of the rim. And Randy Baker has the rebound for Brush. Baker wants to run in the front court, but he's got to slow it down. Valley gets back on defense extremely well. Baker with the basketball on the outside right to Albo. Albo guarded by Chavez. Gets a pick from Tormolen, dribbling to his left. At the top, into the lane is Albo. Turn, shoots, blocked there by Chavez. The ball is loose, and it's still loose, but picked up by Dellenbach. Again, the Beatniggers cannot get off an open shot here. Matsushima into the front court. 4:10 to go, third quarter. Valley 32, Brush 12. Matsushima right to the lane as runners up and blocked out of bounds by Tormolen. Valley retains possession. Committed to serving those in production. Ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. Matsushima to throw it in to Dellenbach. 12-footers up and well short. Colby Needens grabs his fifth rebound for the Beatniggers. Needens across the timeline on his own. Cross court to Bryce Needens on the outside left. Needens spinning in the lane on Schmidt. Looking and throwing it towards the Beatnigger bench. Albo was cutting towards the basket. And that's where the miscommunication took place. The Beatniggers, unfortunately, have 12 turnovers, which equals their point total for the night. With 3:50 to go in the third, down by 20. Here is Matsushima. Matsushima directing play here for Valley on the outside left to Dellenbach at the top. Dellenbach down low for Schmidt. Jump pass to Chavez. Gets the defender up in the air. Misses the shot. Rebound to Chavez. Back out to Matsushima. Matsushima dribbles by one. Bounce pass to Schmidt. And the ball was tipped away out of bounds by Tormolen. Valley retains possession. And to throw it in is Chavez. To the right of the basket. Chavez lobs it up top for Dellenbach. Down low, wide open. Chavez banks and scores. The Beatniggers fell asleep defensively there. Valley has begun the quarter on a 10-0 run. 34-12, 3:50 to go in the third. Needens right wing three is off to the left. Rebound to Baker. Baker left baseline, turns, shoots, misses. Dellenbach grabs the rebound. And here come the Vikings the other way with Matsushima. Matsushima at the top, bounce pass, right corner. Dellenbach three in the air. Good, no, that's short. And the ball is loose on the floor, and we got a tie of Baker tied up over there with Drew Hubbard. Beatnigger basketball as the possession arrow is pointing in their direction. And Austin Garcia and Kyle Rosenbrock will check back in. Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard is Ackley Building Center. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. 2:58 to go, third quarter. Beatniggers have yet to score in the quarter, trailing 34-12. Garcia on the outside right to Bryce Needens against Chavez, dribbling to his left near the top. Needens left of the lane, looking, spinning, guarded by Chavez. Back out to Garcia against Drew Hubbard. Garcia retreats Looks to his right, and then that pass tipped away by Schmidt, taken away by Rosenbach. Bounce pass, right corner toward Mullen. Back out Garcia. 3 in the air. It's off to the left, and the ball is tipped by Rosenbach into the hands of Tormolin. The Needham's 3 is off to the right, and Tanner Schmidt pulls away the basketball. Here come the Vikings the other way. Matsushima with the basketball on the outside right with 2:17 to go in the third. Valley 34, Brush 12. Matsushima back out to Chavez on the outside right. Lobs it for Dellenbach. He misses on the alley-oop attempt. Tormolin pulls the basketball away. Needens with the basketball spinning left of the lane. Needens left baseline. Gonna back it out to Austin Garcia. Garcia dribbling to his right. Back out to Bryce Needens. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Valley leads 34-12. Needens retreating towards the timeline. On the outside left to Garcia. Guarded by Hubbard. At the free throw line for Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock against Schmidt. Dribbles left of the lane. Rosenbrock trying to muscle his way in. Rosenbrock looking. Bounce pass to the lane for Needens. Fouled by Matsushima. Matsushima commits his second foul, the team's third. With 1:37 to go in the quarter. And Austin Garcia will throw it in. Garcia looking. Garcia still looking, lobs it near the top to Needens. Needens in the lane, back out to Tormolin. Tormolin at the free throw line, outside left for Bryce Needens, dribbling to his right. Needens in the lane, dribble the ball off his foot, picked up by Garcia. 15-footer is an air ball, might have been partially blocked. And Tanner Schmidt has his 8th rebound for Valley. Matsushima with 1:19 to go in the lane, back out to Schmidt, over to Dellenbach, straight away, 3 in the air, good. Joe Dellenbach has 16 points in the game. Valley is on a 13-0 run to begin the quarter. And we've got 1 minute to go in the third. Garcia jump pass to Tormolin on the right baseline. Tormolin back out to Garcia. Garcia left of the lane, pulls up from 10. The one-hander's off the back of the rim. And Tanner Schmidt has the rebound. On the outlet to Matsushima. On the outside right, Chavez. Here is Schmidt, 12-footer, is short. And Kyle Rosenbrock grabs the rebound for Brush. On the outlet to Bryce Needens. Needens with a basketball right of the lane as runners up, and that's off the back of the rim. Matsushima with a basketball for Valley. Front court pass to Dellenbach. He'll take the long 3, and that's off the back of the rim. Colby Needens has the rebound for Brush. We're down to 23 seconds to go. Needens left of the lane, spinning on Matsushima. Turns, shoots, scores! Well, the Beatniggers get on the board, but they're still down 37-14 with 12 seconds to go in the third. Matsushima crossing the timeline. On the outside right to Chavez. Cross court to Dellenbach. Left corner 3, partially blocked. They're going to call a foul on Needens on the 3-point shot. Dellenbach to the line. Needens commits his first foul. And that will be 3 free throws for Joe Dellenbach.
That's going to bring number 33 now. It's Joe Dellenbach to the line.
And Dellenbach to shoot a trifecta. Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety of the Brush grocery cart. And the first free throw is in. The Valley leads at 24. Second free throw by Dellenbach is in the air, and that one is good. This Valley team only defeated Eaton by 6 points, and Brush beat Eaton last night by 4, but this is a unfortunate mismatch for the Beatniggers tonight, down by 25. Third free throw by Dellenbach is in the air, and that one is in. Dellenbach has outscored the Beatniggers by himself in the quarter. And Carter Chacons in the game with 4 seconds to go in the third, and Valley up by 26. And Tormolin to throw it in. In the backcourt to Bryce Needens. Needens dribbling towards midcourt. He'll put up a 40-footer, and Bryce Needens hits about a 40-footer for Needens, and that's the way the third quarter ends, as Bryce Needens scores. With the score at the end of 3, Valley 40, Brush 17 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Valley outscored Brush 16-5 in the third quarter. They lead 40-17 as we go to the fourth. Tanner Schmidt with the basketball. The lob pass is tipped away by Tyler Monday, taken away by Baker. Here comes Baker, and then that ball was knocked away and intercepted by Tanner Schmidt. Long baseball pass to Dellenbach, and he slams it home, and they're going to have to fix the basket. As that basket is out of sorts on one end. See if Dellenbach can adjust it himself, and he does. He slammed it so hard that the basket never came back up. The rim didn't come back up. It stayed down. And he didn't hang on to it. Dellenbach has 21 points in the game. The Beatniggers as a team have 17, 42-17. On the outside left, Baker with the basketball, and we've got an illegal screen set by Dunker. And an offensive foul. The Beatniggers have turned it over for a 14th time. Your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checking to savings to IRAs, is Morgan Federal Bank, 321 Ensign Street. Morgan Federal Bank, there's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Matsushima on the outside right against Baker. Beatniggers at Baker, Maris, Dunker, Albo, and Monday. Matsushima, Schmidt, Hubbard, Collins, and Dellenbach for Valley. Schmidt, 12-footer. Good. Left to the lane for Tanner Schmidt. He's got 14. And Valley beating up Brush 44-17. 1 minute into the fourth. Maris at the top of the basketball. Right to the lane. Hands it off to Albo. Albo against Matsushima. Maintains the dribble. Looking to his right. Bounce pass to Maris. Maris in the lane. Spinning. Lost the ball. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Maris. And then we got a traveling violation on Maris as he rolled over with the ball. Yeah, this Valley defense is as good a defense as you'll see. They are contesting everything. Every pass, every shot, and the Beatniggers have been held in check tonight. Trailing 44-17, 6:36 to go. Schmidt with the basketball on the outside right to Collins. Collins looking, still looking. And then that pass tipped away by Dunker, intended for Hubbard. Here comes Dunker across midcourt. In the right corner, Maris. He'll take the wide-open three, and that's well off to the left. Baker has the rebound for Brush. Baker, 15-footer, is in and out. Rebound to Dunker. Reverse layup is up, and Dunker misses. And Dellenbach pulls away the rebound for Valley. He had a few opportunities there, but could not find the bottom of the net. And Brush was nearly shut out in that third quarter, but Colby Needham scored with a few seconds to go. Then Bryce Needham hit a three-pointer at the buzzer. Schmidt shoots and scores from 12 feet away. Schmidt now has 16 in the game. Valley 46, Brush 17, 5:48 to go in the game. Maris near the right corner for Dunker, picked up by Schmidt. Dunker dribbling to his left, back to his right, crossover dribble all the way, scoops it up too strong. Drew Hubbard at the rebound as he went for the banker. Here's Matsushima on the outlet. Matsushima crossing the timeline. 5.5 minutes to go. Valley by 29. On the outside left for Dellenbach. Back out to Matsushima. Matsushima against Randy Baker. Back near the top for Hubbard. On the outside left, Dellenbach. Wide open three is off to the right. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Gregory Maris. Maris with a second board. This is the top of the hour. This is 10-10 KSRR. Brush for Morgan Greeley. Maris is bodied up and fouled by Collins in the lane. 14th foul. Collins with his fourth personal. I'm John Beltran live from Gilchrist. Tough night for the Beatniggers. They trail Valley 46-17. And Albo and Dunker are out. Colby Needham's back in with Bryce Needham. Monday with the basketball. Back out to Baker. Cross-court pass to Colby Needhams at the top. On the outside right to Bryce Needhams, guarded by Schmidt. Bryce Needhams between his legs in the lane. He's going to have to back it out, spinning, looking, tipped away, intercepted by Schmidt. Beatniggers turn it over for a 16th time in the game. Matsushima with the basketball with 4:45 to go. On the outside left to Dellenbach as Valley spreads it out. Baseball pass to Matsushima on the high right. In the right corner, here is Hubbard. Hubbard back to his left with the basketball. Near the timeline to Chavez, to Dellenbach, to Schmidt. Here's Matsushima penetrating left baseline, retreating as he was picked up by Bryce Needhams. And again, Valley will slow it down. They don't need to score up by 29. Schmidt in the lane all the way, pulls up, off to the right. On the one-hander, the rebound to Bryce Needhams, his second board. Needhams across midcourt with 4:50 to go. A pull-up three is up and off the back of the rim, and the ball is loose. And we got a foul on Maris in the backcourt as Sam Chavez was going for the rebound. Gregory Maris commits his first foul. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan and Northeastern Colorado's hometown savings and loan. With locations in Brush and Fort Morgan is Equitable Savings and Loan. And Dellenbach more than likely will find a seat on the bench soon, considering the Valley's up by 29, and we are under 4 minutes to go in the game. In the left corner, Schmidt with a basketball against Bryce Needens. Jump pass to Matsushima on the outside right. Between his legs, dribbling to his left. Picked up by Colby Needens. Matsushima for Valley. On the outside left to Drew Hubbard. At the free throw line for Dellenbach. Down low for Schmidt. Reverse layup is up and missed, but he's fouled by Baker. Baker commits his second foul, and Tanner Schmidt to the line. Schmidt to shoot two. This will only be the 6th and 7th free throws by Valley in the game. And the Schmidt free throw is up and in. Schmidt has 17 points. Joe Dellenbach with 21 in the game. Second free throw is up, and that's going to be short. Mitch Tormolen grabs his 8th rebound. On the outlet to Needens. Valley leads by 30 with 3:35 to go, 47-17. Maris bounce pass on the outside right to Baker at the top for Tormolen. Outside left to Maris. Maris looking down low, guarded by Chavez. Maris down low for Tormolen, and he goes up and he banks it in. Tormolen was wide open, but he thought he had Dellenbach right there, and Dellenbach wasn't there. The Beatniggers are back on the board, 47-19, with 3:10 to go. Dellenbach on the outside right, bounce pass in the timeline to Chavez, back out to Matsushima. Matsushima guarded by Maris. In the timeline to Chavez on the outside right to Hubbard. Right corner for Dellenbach, down low for Schmidt. Turns, banks, scores for Tanner Schmidt. Schmidt was 7 in the quarter, 11 and a half, and 19 of the game. 49-19 Valley, 2:48 to go from Gilchrist. Maris on the outside right with the basketball. Again, Sam Chavez, and we got a timeout called by head coach Ken Garcia. 30-second timeout brought to you by Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland. As substitutions will be made, I assume, on both sides. This is a tough one for the Beatniggers, but again, they had two tough games. Eaton and Valley, they won last night, so a split is not bad. You've got to look at it that way, especially since they really didn't have a shot in this game the way they were going in the first quarter, down by 9. But they were only down by 12 at the break. This game was still not over by halftime. But Valley has outscored Brush 25-7 in the second half and blown this thing wide open. Brush girls leading at halftime now in the third, 17-12. We're still waiting from Swami Paul Acosta for an update of that game. This game will end before that game. Vince Albo's back into the game for Brush. It's Albo, Garcia, Mitch Tormolen, Kyle Rosenbrock, and Bryce Needens. C.J. Ray, Fernando Rivera, Carter Chacon, along with Jeremy Walker and Ramiro Martinez in there for Valley. Needens with the basketball. Dribbling to his left against Walker, pulling up from 8, and that is short, and the ball is loose. It's rebounded by Tormolen. Tormolen's going to back it out to Needens. Needens holding the ball up high, dribbling to his left against Jeremy Walker. Lobs it down low for Tormolen, double team, dribbles, turns, shoots, misses back rim, and the ball is tipped away out of bounds by Martinez of Valley. Beatniggers retain possession with 2:13 to go, down 49-19, and Austin Garcia to trigger it in. Lobs it on the outside left for Needens. Over to Vince Albo. Wide open three is around and no good. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. Off the Beatniggers, and Valley will have the basketball. Looks like the Beatniggers will pressure. In the backcourt is Rivera. Back out to Martinez. Martinez to Rivera. Front court pass to Chacon. Left of the lane. Left corner, C.J. Ray will drill the three. They left him wide open. That's what happens with pressure. Valley 52, Brush 19, 1:49 to go. Needens in the lane all the way, scoops it up. No good off the glass. The rebound to Ramiro Martinez, and the outlet to Ray. Takes the three, steps in, his runner's up, no good, and a foul. And no, an offensive foul on C.J. Ray. Check that, they'll call it on Martinez.
Number 34, Ramiro Martinez.
That goes as Valley's 10th turnover of the game. Beatnigger basketball. And Tyler Monday checks back in for Brush. With 1:35 to go, Valley 52, Brush 19. Albo on the outside right for Bryce Needens. Needens bounce pass at the top for Rosenbrock against Chacon on the outside left to Garcia. Garcia guarded by Ray, maintains the dribble between the legs, left of the lane, spinning, looking, back out to Bryce Needens. Needens straight away. Needens dribbling to his right against Walker. Bounce pass near the right corner for Rosenbrock. Down low for Monday, but it goes through him, and it's intercepted. Beatniggers now turn it over for the 17th time in the game. 1:04 to go. Walker bounce pass to Martinez. Right corner three is up and good by Romero Martinez. Boy, this is Valley's night. 55-19. Albo left to the lane. Backs it out to Bryce Needens. 48 seconds to go. Straight away three is around and no good. Kyle Rosenbrock goes for the rebound, but it's taken away by Carter Chacona Valley on the outlet to Rivera. With 38 seconds remaining from Gilchrist, and Valley up by a whopping 36. Walker bounce pass to Chacon, guarded by Monday, right of the lane. In the right corner, faking the three is Martinez. Bounce pass down low, tipped away by Monday, and it's intercepted by Bryce Needens. 3-on-1, bounce pass to Albo. He banks and scores. Vince Albo scored for the first time in the game. 16 seconds to go. Valley leads 55-21. Rivera in the front court on the outside left to Ray. And Ray's pass is tipped away by Needens, and it's intercepted by Garcia. And Albo gets the lead pass, and he bangs and scores. And that will be the end of the game. The final score tonight, Valley 55, Brush 23. It's a 2-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome to the Beatnicker postgame show, brought to you by Buildings by Design. The most important thing to buying a new building or starting a new design build project is picking the right company to build it. For a free bid, call Pat Walter or Travis Lefevre, 970-842-5837. Visit them on the web at buildingsbydesign.com. It was blowout city tonight in Gilchrist. The Valley Vikings defeat the Brush Beatnickers 55-23. Valley led 15-6 after 1 and 24-12 at the break, and then outscored Brush 31-11 in the second half, including 16-5 in the third and 15-6 in the fourth. Sitting Beatnickers led tonight by Colby Needens with 8, 4 from Vince Albo, 3 apiece by 3 players, Austin Garcia, Bryce Needens, and Randy Baker, and 2 points for Mitch Boland. Joe Dellenbach had 21 to lead Valley, 19 for Tanner Schmidt, and then 3 points by C.J. Ray, Drew Matsushima, as well as Ramiro Martinez, and 2 points for Cedric Collins and Sam Chavez, along with Carter Chacon. Beatnickers had 17 turnovers in the game and 12 for Valley. 29 rebounds for Valley, 9 of those by Tanner Schmidt. Beatnickers had 26 rebounds, 9 by Tor Mullen. The Beatnickers from the free throw line, 4 out of 11. Every little bit can help, and the Beatnickers were hurt at the free throw line tonight. Valley was 5 out of 7, 71%. Vikings improved to 8-1 in Patriot League play, 16-1 overall. Beatnickers fall to 4-4 in league play, 8-7 on the season. They're back in action coming up on Thursday night at home against University. Our next game will be on Thursday night from Greeley, as the Brush girls, who are leading 36-23, starting the fourth at home against Valley, will take on University once again. That's Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Right here on 1010, as well as KSIR.com. Another great job tonight by our sound engineer and producer, Rose Condis. I'm John Beltran. The final score once again from Gilchrist. Valley 55, Brush 23 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.